Welcome back, everyone, to Pathologic. You know, now that I think about it, I might put all of this into one giant video of me doing the rounds, because it doesn't really make sense for me to chop it all up and release one a day, all just like, oh yeah, we know at the end of this video you're gonna go blow up the town. Although, I mean, I would be very interested if I could be swayed from like doing what I believe Denkovsky would do. And Notkin's place is down the road. Next one over. I remember now. Can I go in the top door? Okay, I cannot walk up those stairs. Those stairs cannot be ascended. Ain't that a bitch?
In trouble, to be troubled is to have your trouble doubled.
What? The fuck did you just say to me? I'm gonna feel a little fascinated if, in fact, I got 2 more panaceas and 1 more schmouder than I actually needed. Also, now can I raid their weapons train? I cannot. I bet they will not let me near. Hooey. Murky does not appear to have a executor outside of her house, and therefore I can only assume that she is well. By which I mean I walked in and checked if she was well. Sorry, I can play faster than I can talk. If that makes any sense. It's just nice to walk through the town for a little while without, you know, having to be stressed about fucking dying all the time. Oh gracious, I can't wait to start my playthrough as the Haruspecs. I can't. Ooh, I'm all giddy with anticipation. Sorry. Let me not forget my meme. I'm trembling with anticipation. Oh, for a second I thought young Vlad was going to be fucking dying. And so young Vlad is considered to be...
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
I have a chance to put good use in the future. It's odd to find you amongst those people. Maria told me from the very start to keep an eye on you, but I thought it was about scheming and hidden plots. Yeah, well, that was an unexpected turn of events. Even for myself, it all happened very fast. The last few days, I mean. What the fuck? Nah. You were such a loyal son. I was sure that you would follow in your father's footsteps. I am still a loyal son. Who told you I was denying my family's values and power? That's like genes. One cannot change them. Even if I abjured the ideas my father believed in, I cannot abjure his lines. That's step knowledge. Barak could tell you more about that. Your father. Do you want to be like him? He is a boss, a bowman, a master of bows. He's a man of primeval age, and of the age that has long sunk into oblivion. He was born by the very damp and dense epoch that gave birth to the kin and its values. I respect him, and I love him. You can see what he's done for me, but the age of Oroxes and Bisons has irretrievably ended. What are you going to do now? I'll serve Maria. I'll be her hands, her practical mind. I'll be her accountant, perhaps chancellor. I'll estimate the price of her ideas and outbursts, and I'll estimate the price of her every dream. You know, it happens. Some business-like people are also surprisingly mad. Well, you surprised me, Ogimsky. Very well. I didn't. Is he? He is not on the list. But alas, he has joined with Maria. Interesting. Oh yes, I should visit the lump to make sure Capella is well. I remember when I chased the worm back here to Vlad the Younger's place. All those days ago. 2 months, actually. I'm still digging through the trash. Some things never change. I keep expecting to run into one rat that the game forgets to despawn, Earthbound style. Just like, oh no, there's one enemy that is hardwired into the game, and if it defeats you after you've defeated Gygus, then the whole game crashes. Oh no! Okay, I can't go in anyone's house. Okay, and that executor is just there to tell me that Big Vlad is dead. Oh ho ho! Oh fuck yes! Yo! Take this panacea, you stupid son of a bitch! Fuck! Yes! Okay. Maybe Khan has fallen ill? I don't think so. I checked Aspides Hospice, Grace's Lodge, the Willows, Andrews Mountains Pub, the Rod, both sides, Sticky's house, Town Theater, Town Hall. The windows of this house are bricked in. Badgrief's Lair, Rubens Prosectorium, the Castle of the Soul in the Halves, Murky's train car. Is there a Bound and Factory building number 4, the machine? I don't think so. But I still need to check the polyhedron. Because if Khan is ill, that would also throw everything off. Although, once again, I will be a little upset if the game tells me that, oh yeah, Khan got sick. You know, the kid in the polyhedron, where the disease can't go. I'll be so fucking nettled. Woo! Not even my hunger and exhaustion are going up that quickly. Praise be. How am I doing on money? Oh, not too bad. I've got food. I've got coffee. I've got Meridorm. I can handle this. I've got an extra panacea and a schmouter. You know, now that I think about it, I might should have given Capella the schmouter. It just feels like it would have been the right thing to do, you know? Alas, time continues to pass. Maria! I wouldn't have lived to see today if not for you. Now, if my design works, I'll be able to revive the town. I'm grateful to you, my love. I'll never forget it. What are you planning to do? The polyhedron will become for the new town what the abattoir used to be for the old one. A hub, a nursing organ, a source of vital power. The origin of its history. How is that possible? It is a prism, It will refract sun rays, focusing them and inseminating the other bank of the river with its blessed warmth. It will all be about the solar cycle. The spots will shift and move following the laws of every calendar. Are you going to remove the children from the polyhedron? What will happen to it? The polyhedron, the beginning and the starting point of the new town, can accumulate childhood and its own magic. Routes, space, and structures that will stretch from the polyhedron will be able to ignite other flames in people who have left the tower. Can that be possible? Could you do this? I'm not alone. Moreover, I am not showing you my real power. You're leaving today, aren't you? So remember me for who I was. Remember me not as the Scarlet Mistress, able to grab your life, ignite you, and drag your whole being along, but as a girl with her life hanging by a thread. Don't forget that your destiny hasn't been determined yet. It's still hanging by a thread. So, do you think that maybe, perhaps, she was able to focus her nascent power into Peter and inspire him to create the polyhedron, as wondrous as it is? That clock is broken. Because that would be interesting. Nina?
My path was called...
It's simple. I won't be staying here long. When everything is finished, I'll make sure my daughters become the Scarlet Mistress. I'll relocate to Focus. I belong there. But if the town is destroyed, the Crucible will be razed too. Only splinters and heaps of dead stone will remain. Focus is not quite a place. It will survive the destruction of the town. You can how tiny these houses are. Focus is nothing more than a mere toy, and the polyhedron will be sufficient to everybody. We'll get along well with Simon, and when a new town is designed, we'll dissolve in its features. You're the only one who really has gone mad. Oh, wait, let's try to continue the dialogue. So there will be a new town. Here's how it's going to be. The town on this bank of the river will be deserted. A new town will be built on the other bank of the Gorgon. A town bigger, freer, and more beautiful. The people who will have found shelter in the specular cocoon will become its new inhabitants. Everything will change for the better. Tell me about Nina. She was a radiantly beautiful woman. A dark chestnut with an intricate hairdo. Her eyes were deep and of the color of French plum. Her features were noble. Her only failing was the tendency to blow her nostrils, but that was hardly noticeable. They were thin and tight and elegant. That's excusable. What else? She was always careful, minding her P's and Q's, had an imperial deportment. Nina was very tall, and her waist was so thin that a man could clasp it with his two palms. She liked cinnamon, black cherry. Will that be enough? I can see that you really loved her very much. And we can speak to Georgie Simon. You don't know how fucking jazzed I am at catching Capella sick and curing her.
Tell me what you want, and I will tell you who you are.
I've already done what I wanted. My life expectancy was low anyway. Why should I stretch my last days, accumulate diseases, and grow to become a burden for my relatives? No, the best thing I can do now is give way to my niece. You're fading away quickly, Judge. Life is leaving you. How much do you have left? Not much, but I don't need much. Pretty soon the spirit will find a more worthy vessel than this old body. What about your spirit? What happens to you, Judge? What does my spirit matter compared to Simon's? And it's not going to stay long in the specular trap either. It's not even cozy in there. When the new town is founded, Simon will dissolve in it, I'm sure. I admire you for your courage, Judge. So, yeah, you can reject the spectacular aspects of the Kane's vision, or you can accept it and, you know, be cool about it. Hey, Denkovsky, have you considered being cool for just 1 second in your entire miserable, misbegotten life? I didn't think so. I'm just dropping a quick save real quick. I don't trust me not to fall off The goddamn polyhedron. But yes, knowing now what I know about the polyhedron and the town, it is interesting to see where the characters' values lie and where my values lie. Because I'm not gonna lie, I am closer to Team Polyhedron than I'm closer to Team Bachelor than I am to Team Horospecs, and that makes me feel like a dirty piece of shit. Of course, I'm Team Clara all the way. Whoop whoop, Team Clara. Can I go in? I cannot enter the polyhedron. Okay, I'm pretty sure Khan can't become ill. Well, let's just load quickly. I'm certain it will take less time to load than it will to keep going. Oh, look, I'm back down at the bottom of the polyhedron stairwell. Who could have suspected this? I have a mighty thirst. What can I say? So let's try speaking to the executor out front of the cathedral. Oh, I picked up a flower. Nice. You're too early. The queens will be deciding upon the fate of the remains of this wretched town at 7. As for now, the cathedral is closed. You need to speak to Alexander Block. He's here. Here? No, he'll only arrive at 7 in the evening. A person of exemplary punctuality and honor that he is. Let me see the Inquisitor. We have a lot to talk about. No, Bachelor, you will meet them at 7 and not a minute earlier. New powers have come into play now. The powers that even a government Inquisitor cannot oppose. We are only doing their biddings. What power? You'll find out if every person whose life had been in your hands for the last 12 days has a chance to say a word before the council. Every single bound person. But Ava is dead. She, apparently, does not think so. This unfortunate girl is the only friend of yours that has really done something for you. You won't ever have to take care of her now, yet her voice will be heard. She pleaded and spoke for you. So that's what her letter was about. You're too inquisitive, my dearest Bachelor. You don't have to worry about higher powers. You don't have to know why it had all been arranged like this. Who dies, dies. Do your deed. If you want to be president of the council, fulfill your obligations. What obligations? There are a few lives that you personally are responsible for. If these people are safe and sound by the evening, you will be allowed to access the council. You will have a chance to tell Aglaya Lalish what you think of her. By the evening, all of them will be well. Okay, and so that's the game's way of saying, this is your last opportunity to deploy all the schmouters and panaceas that you have. If these people are not alive by this evening, game over, you silly bitch. You fucked up. Way to go, moron. You fucking dolt. You goddamn dullard. But I am going to just chill at Ava's place. So, as near as I can tell, the game is saying that Ava's death makes the game easier because she's one bound. If she dies, but when she dies, she is one bound who cannot get sick. And so if you've spent your panaceas and schmouters sparingly, even if you failed every single quest and all of your bound were sick, I've gotten 3 schmouters and 6 panaceas, which means I would have been able to cure each of them. Now, I really want to cure everyone's bound so I could get access to secrets. But the point is, you could fuck up every day, and so long as you use your medicines accordingly, you could still get to the end and get your character's ending. Interesting. Well, see you all at 7.